Hello to those that are watching on the replay. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy August 24th. Let's get into it. All right. Okay, we're gonna do that. Huh, really? That's interesting. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Hello. Welcome, happy Thursday. I always have to think of what day it is. Happy Thursday. Happy August 24th. How are y'all? Welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. For me, it's evening. Hi, Paige. Hi, Ash. How are you all? Feel free to join. Tell me, let me know in the comments. How you doing? Where are you from? What's your name? How is the energy treating you? How is life going? Etc. I like to connect first before I get into the live. And yeah, let's go from there. Let me see. Do I want this? I don't really like that too. Pennsylvania. I'm doing well. A little tired, but I'm doing well. Thank you for that, Paige. So let me get set up while we let people kind of come in. What's up? Hi. TikTok is lagging, but let me know how the connection is. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it lagging? What's going on? Florida. Nice. Hi. Welcome from Florida. Welcome, Pennsylvania. I'm in Colorado. And my name is Angelica, for those of you who don't know. West Virginia. Nice. Looks good. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for letting me know. I really do appreciate. Oregon. Yes. Yay, we're all here. So hello. I don't know if I want this to be too bright because it kind of messes with me sometimes. Maine. So let me know. Let me know how y'all doing. How is everybody tonight? Happy Thursday. Tonight, Pennsylvania again. Tonight I am offering free and paid readings, as always. Maryland! We're all over. I am offering free and paid readings. I have room for about up to 6 paid readings tonight. And then I will also be working that in with my free readings. Okay. Oklahoma! Kentucky in the house. I love it. Sending you some love and comfort, Chicky. You too, Roro. Arizona in the house. California in the house. What's up, y'all? Let me know. You're welcome. We got to support each other any way that we can, right? So what's up, y'all? My name is Angelica, like I was saying. North Carolina. I am offering free and paid readings tonight. I start off with free readings. And I have room for about 6 or so paid readings. So I start off with free readings. Free readings are short, concise, and you know, if you're looking for something more in depth, I encourage you to go for something like a paid reading or booking with me a private reading. Okay. Angelica, I love your name. It's so great. Aloha. I love it. Thank you. Hawaii. So Florida. So if you do not know how it works, let me know in the comments. If you're new here, if you're not sure how this works, what's up? Yes. I've been thinking about you, you've definitely been coming in. But I wanted to send you some love. I see you there. New. Okay. Would love to be in the list so my list is for paid readings. Okay. Free readings, actually, so I start with my free readings, and my free readings, I just allow my own intuition to kind of guide me to who needs to be read. Okay. And as people pay, if people pay for readings or energy work or mediumship, because I also facilitate those as well, then my paid readings become priority. Okay. So my list is for paid readings only. All right. So let's get into it. All right, guys. And I also have something that changed from last week that Spirit gave to me, or my own Spirit gave to me. And I was like, okay, all right, this makes sense. So free mini readings. Okay. You want to leave a comment with your name and a question. It can be yes or no, but the more specific you can be, the better. Okay. It could be general, open, health, career. I do not do pregnancy or fertility readings, and one question only for these free readings. Okay. As far as love readings, this is what I received last week after Friday after the live. So love readings are only available for paid live readings here on TikTok or private readings. There's no free love readings. So if you have a question about this person or a connection, they're only going to be available for paid, okay, through paid readings. And what my Spirit was letting me know was because there's too many people that are coming into this space that are not really interested in doing the work. And that's okay, no judgment here, but it just isn't aligned with the type of work that I want to facilitate for people. Okay. That's beautiful, Yogesh. Thank you. So if you're looking for, asking about, is this person like me, or there's no more of that. Okay. You might want to find someone else that does those type of readings, because I'm no longer going to be facilitating those types of readings. Okay. But if you want to know health, career, etc., or you want to dig or dive a little bit deeper into your own self-awareness for confirmation, please feel free. Okay. All right. And my paid services. Paid services are as follows. To get on the list, it's $25 for readings. Energy work is $39. Mediumship, and this is connecting to past loved ones, is $39, and multidimensional mediumship is $39. Okay. Multidimensional mediumship just means that you want to connect to a guide or a multidimensional aspect of yourself. Okay. All right, my dears. And so if you do pay for a reading or a service, all the links, or if you want to, all the links to donate are in my profile. And then you got to let me know in the comments that you donated. Okay. Paige, I'm no longer doing love readings for free. Okay. There is nobody on the list. The list is for people who donate and pay only. Okay. Otherwise, my free readings, I just go through the comments and see who I'm guided to read for. Okay. And that's going to cut out a lot of noise from my field. Sorry, y'all, but that's just not my bag. Okay. Okay, Krista, you said you're open, and then you ask, how can I heal from feeling so lost? It feels like your identity is um um it feels like your identity is wanting to shift. And a lot of times when we feel so lost, it's actually a good thing, because that's how we actually truly find ourselves. So it's a paradox. We lose ourselves in order to find ourselves. We kind of lose like the old versions of ourselves in order to find ourselves. So really, you're asking, how can I heal from feeling so lost? One of the things that is coming to me is accepting that this is where you are right now, and leaning into acceptance that you feel lost is one of the ways that you can find yourself. Okay, so acceptance is one of those things. Healing from feeling so lost, that I wouldn't quite word it that way. Um, but healing in general will help you find yourself. Healing and releasing the old trauma, the old wounds, the old shit, the old stuff, the old stories, the old versions, the old history, the things that are keeping you limited, the things that are keeping you like playing small, playing the victim, etc. Releasing those things are going to help you find yourself, and they're going to help you heal from what you're asking. Like I said, I wouldn't put it in those words, but I do understand what you're saying. So it's really more about moving into healing and moving into acceptance about where you are, because it feels like you have resistance to where you are and resistance to feeling lost. Whatever we resist persists. So if you learn how to accept that I feel lost right now, but this is maybe exciting, if you can learn to see it as something that's exciting, that is going to help you and support you in finding yourself, redefining yourself, recreating yourself, that's going to help you actually lean into that feeling, and it's going to help you get out of the paradox and stop spinning in a negative cycle in that paradox. And healing in general from whatever you're holding on to. It feels like, without getting too much into it, it's an identity. It's an identity shift. There's a lot of things that you're holding on to, that you're identifying as, that are no longer serving you. Okay, so playing small, playing the victim. These things aren't you, but like there's still a part of you that's holding on to these identities, and they're not serving you anymore. So those are just a couple of things that I feel coming up. So I would lean into healing, my dear. I would lean into just like being open to completely losing yourself so that you can find yourself again and recreate yourself, because it's a complete identity shift that is happening. And if you can lean into it and you can accept where you are, it's going to make it that much smoother. Okay, I hope that helps. You're welcome. What's up, Mariana? Okay, so if you guys are coming in and you're asking about like connections or love connections or romantic connections, please know that I am no longer, I was guided to no longer love readings or love readings are only available through paid live readings or booking a session with me. Okay, there's no more free love readings. Oh, this is a good question. Hi, Abigail. Yeah. Okay. Oh, whoa. I always do that. Okay. So, Amber, are you still here? You asked Do I have an enemy working in darkness against me, attacking my sleeping mind? This is a really good question. You're here? Okay, cool. Thank you for that. I'm just feeling in and filling into the words of how to describe what's coming through. So this is kind of how it comes through. When we have trauma, or when we are holding on to trauma, or when we have unprocessed emotional energies, or when we have limiting beliefs, these create blind spots in our consciousness. Those blind spots can be manipulated by dark beings, by negative entities, whatever you want to call them. They can be, those blind spots can be manipulated. This is how we can be easily manipulated. And it feels like that's what's happening. So the way the way to resolve or reconcile those blind spots is through shadow work, is through belief work, is through doing your work, right? Your belief work, your shadow work, reconciling, facing your demons, etc. Because it's really, that's what's really happening. Things can't attack us unless there is a piece of us or a part of us or a part of our consciousness that is in resonance with that type of exchange. Okay? And so basically the one way to heal that or to reconcile that, to resolve that issue, is to do your work. Okay? This is why this is why I do the work that I do, is to help people illuminate those spots within your consciousness that allows that stuff to happen. Okay? So that's really what's happening on a deeper level there. So other than that, yeah, things can come in because those are the lower those are the astral realms, right? When we're sleeping, and sometimes we can dip into the lower astral realms, and sometimes if we have trauma or beliefs, like I said, they're resonating on a certain low vibration, low frequency, it can take us into those, dip us into those lower astral realms. And that's when we can pick up things that are in resonance with that, with something like an attack. Okay. So it's really, I would just guide you to looking into why do you feel attacked? Or why do you feel like you're a victim of an attack? And that really takes me into victimhood and to being the victim, like victim consciousness, basically, because it's like victimhood, victim consciousness, being attacked, etc. Where do you feel like you're the victim in your life? Where have you felt like you were a victim in the past? And then like start there and start unraveling what kind of comes up for you there, because that's really where you get to take your power back, my dear. Okay. Thank you, Shay, for the rose. All right, my dears. Okay, hold on. Austin, you paid for, what did you pay for? Austin, my dear, you paid for, you either paid for energy healing, mediumship, or multidimensional mediumship. What did you pay for, my dear? You're welcome, Amber. I hope that helps you. Ooh, I like it. Thank you. I like it. I love that. Thank you for the superpower. It makes complete sense. Thank you. I thank you for receiving that. Should I see what's next in my career or tap into the multidimensional stuff? Okay. Well, Okay, let me kind of fill in. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'll let you know what kind of comes in. You said career or tap into the multidimensional. Okay, let's see. Uh, when I tap into people's multidimensional selves, it kind of gives me a jolt. There's quite a bit there multidimensionally. There feels like an activation, and there feels like there's some things that will connect to career, vocation, expressing yourself as joy, and getting paid. It feels like there's some stuff there and a connection there that needs to be, not necessarily needs to be made, but that in making that more consciously, it can help some things come in and manifest. And career feels a little bit more, I guess, one-dimensional. Not that that's good or bad or anything, but that's kind of how it feels. It feels like career is this, but like multidimensional stuff, it feels like it connects different aspects, including that career aspect that you're looking to connect with. Okay, all right. All right, my dear. Okay, so let me put you on the list. Okay, Austin. One second. I gotta write this down for myself. Okay, so you want to do the multidimensional mediumship. Okay. You do. You already have it. It's already there, Tay. You're asking, can I get a deep connection with Source? You already have it. It's already there. It's really more about tapping into it and recognizing it, because that shifts your perception, and it shifts your ability to see what's always been there. And the illusion, the lie, is that you don't have it. Does that make sense? Okay, so absolutely, we're going to do that. We're going to explore the multidimensional stuff. All right, Austin. Okay, got you. So first off, Austin, thank you so much for allowing me to facilitate for you and allowing me, or just honoring the exchange, the currency. Okay. With that, I'm going to set some intentions as I connect to your highest self, your multidimensional self. Whew. Big energy coming in. So always for the highest and best good. All right. There's going to be a lot of energy streaming through. You might feel it now, but there's going to be a lot of energy streaming through this transmission. Okay, I'm already getting like super hot. So first off, I feel like a really bright orange. That will take me into, orange typically will take me into the sacral, right? Where that feminine energy is and flows, the energy of receptivity, of fluidity, and also of abundance, being able to receive. It's part of the sacral. That second energy center takes you into, your ability to create and receive abundance, or abundantly, through creativity, through your own creations. So you were talking about career. There's an activation going on. So I just want you to listen to what I'm saying, and you might feel like sensations in your body. There's an activation. So what they're giving me now is, I'm saying they're giving me translations and it's going to be activating parts of you and your consciousness, because this is what you're asking for. This is the choice that you're making for the trajectory you're choosing right now. Okay, so just kind of listen. They're going to bring the information, I promise. So your ability, this is your ability to receive, your ability to create and receive, to give and receive equally, abundantly, to know that you deserve this, you are deserving of this, and by existing, you are inherently worthy of all of it. Creating abundantly, receiving abundantly, freely, fluidly. So it's activating that sacral energy center in a very, very specific way as it pertains to career or vocation, however you want to look at that. Okay. Okay. What I have for you, what I feel coming in for you is actually a guide. Okay. It's interesting because he kind of feels similar to Mercury. And Mercury, there's so many different iterations of Mercury, Hermes being one of them. I'm trying to think of the other iterations of Mercury, but he has this kind of feel, not quite, but this kind of similar energy, very, very quick-witted, very on top of everything. He hasn't given me a name yet, so no name yet. But this feels like a masculine energy, because I keep saying he feels like someone or a guide that comes in specifically. He keeps saying pointed, so it feels like a very pointed purpose. So to specifically help out with career, vocation, and creating abundance in that arena of life. Okay, that component, that area of life. So he's helping to activate you right now. So if you are feeling energies, I would focus on the energies while you listen to me. But whatever, do whatever feels best for you. But he's wanting me to say that out loud. He's helping. He's literally working with you right now in your energy field. There are some things within the business spectrum or business world he's wanting to guide you to. I keep hearing entrepreneur. So I don't know if he's moving that. I don't know if you're moving towards that, or if that's something that you want to move into, but that's the word that I hear in my head, that this is the guide to help you move into that arena. And he's wanting to guide you into business, more business related, learning business, marketing, sales, entrepreneurial skills sets, in order to move you into a more empowered version of yourself that is his own boss, or that is their own boss. that make sense? He is playing a very active role right now. uh, how do I say this? He's he's really motivating. So the fact that you are asking about career, that type of thing, it's an indication that you are sensing him in your field of like feeling very motivated about career and where do I go next here, because you're wanting to grow there and he's here to help you to grow in this arena, but he's wanting to move you in the direction more of entrepreneurship, um, and learning business stuff for yourself if you haven't already. But like he keeps saying business, 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 and being like your own boss. Okay, so this is what this guide is here doing. He's very, very active in your field. He feels like Mercury in the way that he can help you integrate a lot of information in a compact, in a short amount of time. So you could take in a lot of business related or marketing related or entrepreneurial skill set building related information in a short amount of time, especially if you ask him like, hey, help me out with this. It feels like that's kind of what he's doing anyway. And the way that he feels like he's activating your field, that's what it feels like. He can consolidate information very quickly and integrate it very quickly. So he can help you in really taking action quick. So that means from that, it feels like you can build motivation, but momentum very, very quickly. So momentum quickly in whatever way you feel inspired to go into. Okay. It's making me hot. Okay. Yeah, him and I are tying. He talks the talk while I walk it out. Nice. Okay. All right. So you're actively feeling him. Okay. I'm actually feeling, are you, okay, because 1 second. Are you actually, do you have a clear idea of what it is you want to do or how you want to present, I guess, what it is you want to do, like business wise, etc.? Like, do you already have a clear idea? Or is that where you're like not quite clear yet? You do. Okay. All right. All right. I'm trying to figure out what this is that I'm feeling. So you already have an idea. One moment. You're already doing the thing. So a lot of this is a confirmation of like where you are and the fact that like you are very, very actively feeling this guide. This is really interesting and very common, but this is also another aspect of you. So it's multi-dimensional aspect of you and also you're your own guide. But he comes in as this like kind of orange, goldish energy that kind of feels mercurial in nature. So let me kind of listen for a minute to see if there's anything else, because it feels like a confirmation so far. but it feels like there's something else here, and I can't quite put my finger on what this is. It's just, okay, grounding. Okay. So it feels just like an not an aspect. It feels relative to just grounding the idea. You have a clear idea. You're obviously feel very motivated by this guide. That is you. It's just about staying consistent. I keep hearing consistency. Stay consistent. So a little bit of something every day. You know, obviously allow yourself to rest, you know, every now and then. You don't have to like constantly go at it, but like whenever you feel the inspiration, go for it. When you feel the motivation, drop in, and the inspiration, drop in. Fucking go with it. Because that's this guide. Okay. All right. He's taking me back to the business stuff, the business stuff, marketing, getting yourself out there, whether that's marketing, sales, learning more aspects of business. That's kind of what he is like. It feels like he's guiding you towards. You have a clear idea. It's more about like getting the tools that you need in order to keep grounding all of this information and to keep the momentum going. So it's going to also build upon your skill set that you already have, and the idea that you already have, the momentum that you already have, to like see this out very, very clearly. Okay. So for that, I feel, if you don't already have like, I'm like, okay, how do I say this? How do you want me to say this? So I don't know if there's a course that you're interested in, like a business course, or you already know the things. I'm not sure what it is, but he keeps taking me back to business stuff, marketing stuff, like the business aspect of it. So whether it's a course, whether it's like learning yourself, like from YouTube videos, or, you know, doing your own research, he keeps taking me back to that, is so that you can actually ground your idea and keep your momentum and keep your consistency, because it feels like you're just about at the point to keep grounding it into into reality, to help others. Okay. But business. He keeps telling me business. So anything business related, I would encourage you to learn about. If you don't know about it, learn about it. Marketing, sales, learning about those things, and whatever other skills you might need to build and understand in order to continue to ground your vision. Okay? Business. He's very savvy. This guide is very savvy when it comes to business. So work with him. Work with him when it comes to business, or ask. You can even ask him, like, hey, where do I go next? You know, is it a course? Is it this? You know, where do I go? He'll help you. He'll guide the way if you're just willing to listen. It feels like you're actually very open to listening to him, because that's where you're going anyway. So it doesn't feel like, it feels like a pretty clear connection. Business. Is that something that you're looking into? Is like the business stuff, the business side of things, or is that something you already know? I've been in sales, marketing, and IT for years. I'm a VIP. Oh, see, so this tracks. Okay, got you. All right. Was there anything specific that you wanted to know as far as career stuff? Because he keeps kind of taking me back to the same thing, and I want to ensure that like you get a you get out of this what you need, like practically. Hi Ash, how are you? Yeah, but I'm trying to do my own thing and learn to tap into my ability to heal generational trauma. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, I felt that. Have you, ooh, it's giving me chills. Have you considered creating a course to help others heal generational trauma? Like you're already good at the business stuff. So you like know the business side and how to do it. What if you created a course or a book or a mentorship or um, a seminar to help people heal generational trauma? Have you considered that? Because it feels like that those two things are going to intersect somewhere, and it's just about finding what lights you up. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, for others to raise the vibration of earth. I need to learn how to do it first, but yes would be. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So that's all right. Okay. All right. That is okay. Here. Whew, all right. There's a lot of information coming in very quickly. So first off, it feels like you're really good at tracking progress, writing down, analytics, progress, etc. It feels like your brain is pretty wired to do that. So here's the thing: as you learn how to do it, as you learn how to do all of that stuff, write all of that shit down. Write out what your pain points are, what your challenges are, and then track how you move through them. Write down the different strategies or the different tools and techniques that you use to move through that stuff. Because you already have the idea, you already have the guidance, very, very pointedly moving you in that direction. All you are doing now is grounding it into your own experience so that you can help others as you move and bridge this own gap of yours. You will have, if you write all of these different things down, what tools did you use? What techniques did you use? What pain points? What are your biggest challenges? These types of things that are used in building and creating a course. You will have all of these things written down. So when you are at a point of deeper completion, like you'll feel that thing click in of like, okay, it's time to create this for those who are ready to begin that. You will have all of the information already written down. You will just need to put it in a comprehensive course, however, you see fit, whether it's like creating PDFs or creating content or creating, you know what I mean? You'll already have all of the things. So it's kind of interesting how it's being shown to me. I don't know if I can put it into proper articulate words, But it's interesting how it's being shown to me, because it's like you already have the idea, you already have the inspiration. Now it's just grounding it into your own experience so you can share it through your own experience. And if you write all of the different things down as you move through it, the techniques, the tools, the pain points, all of it, document all of it. Your course will be a very powerful course for others to go through in order to heal generational trauma. Really, like I said, all that is needed now is learning, is having the experience of healing that generational trauma, of healing those wounds, and being able to identify the different wounds and ways that you've done it, ways that you've learned, etc. Okay? That is, I was like, what is the missing piece here? Because it feels like, from my perspective, it was feeling like you had everything, but that is the quote unquote missing piece. But you already have a very pointed guide, or you have a pointed, very definitive inspiration guiding you. So keep, I would say keep following it, because it's really going to help others. Who are wanting and ready, when you are ready to put this out, it's going to help others who have then become ready to heal the trauma that you will help them heal. That's really powerful. It's really powerful stuff. I'm just checking in to see if there's anything else. You got all of the things. Just write down all of the things. And then literally, by the time you feel it click, by the time you feel it's time to create your course or your book or whatever it is that you want to create, you'll have all of the material, like very comprehensive. You'll have all of the techniques, all of the tools. So it feels like it's coming in now to help, to just to kind of give you a confirmation of like, hey, write down everything you do, write down all of the things that work, the things that don't work, so that you can help others bridge that gap even quicker than maybe even you were able to do it, or than you are going to be able to do it. Does that make sense? But yeah. This is, okay. The only other thing that I'm getting here is, remember, because you're gonna go through and you're gonna meet parts of yourself that feel very intense pain, or have felt ostracized, or have felt very disempowered. You're gonna go through and you're gonna meet these shadow aspects of yourself. So it's important to remember that people need that. People are going to need what the medicine that you have to give them. So it's like a remember as you go through this and you learn these things, because going through your own underworlds, sometimes we can get stuck in it, and sometimes there's just a lot of distortion and a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of distorted beliefs that are creating smoke and mirrors inside of our consciousness, that we can become a little disillusioned, or we can become a little like lost in it. What it's imperative for you to remember is that people are going to need the medicine that you retrieve from this. no matter what darkness you're going through at the time, because generational trauma can be a big subject to unpack, because we're talking about going back into like ancestral energies and what our ancestors went through and helping to heal that stuff as well. So just remember that people need that medicine, okay? If you have to write it down 1,000 times and post it everywhere within all of the spaces that you travel within each day, I don't know why I'm feeling that, but just remember that, because people are going to need that medicine, okay? So they're just wanting to emphasize that very, very emphatically. And thank you. Thank you for stepping up and recognizing thank you for stepping up and recognizing what needs to be healed or reconciled within you, so that as you do that, you can also help others heal and reconcile those things within themselves. It's a very powerful gift to give. I feel this coming from your highest self. Ela mahaya soshi nati asa kia wale. Du me oya hasa kia ti o asa shana ti we. Ye ka wea ai hasa na ti wa hale ata ya na kia sata in maya sata. Ya mahya ma. Ya la hai ina haya. Ishi I a moe ai hase ki asanat a ia. Le I ha mi os shi ia ha. The gift that you have to give to the world is needed and it's necessary. E na uale. Na la wai. Na yu mayas. Yue. Yawe. Ya wa anata has shayata. And with that, my dear, this aspect of you is disconnecting from my space, from my energetic field, and that indicates the end of the reading. Whew. Okay, holy cow. Did you get all of that, Austin? You're welcome. You're welcome, Austin. I hope that helps. Keep at it. Keep doing your thing, because it's that the medicine you have to give at the end of that is going to be powerful, and people need it so bad. Thank you, Victoria, for the rose. Thank you for the follows, guys. Okay, so you're welcome, Austin. It's my pleasure and my honor to be a facilitator of information. Yeah, it was intense. You okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that it resonates. Whew. All right. So, I'm thankful for you. I will have the replay up sometime this week. I still need to go through last week's and put them up on my YouTube channel. But if you ever do feel like you want to go back and replay like the information that that came through. Just remember the I have them all listed by the day, but you can find them on my YouTube channel. Okay. Thank you so much, Austin. All right. So let's get to any other free readings, questions, etc. Ooh, thank you, Austin. I like that. That's dope. Okay. Thank you, Hillary. Yes, you can buy a reading. So, my paid services. I have about 5 openings left. So, the paid readings get you on the list, and you actually, you ensure that you get read. But my paid services, I do offer readings, energy work, clearing, mediumship, and multidimensional mediumship. You just witnessed multidimensional mediumship. Connecting to guides and or other aspects, multidimensional aspects of yourself. So all of my links to pay are in my profile. You click the link and you scroll all the way down. And if you pay or donate, you gotta let me know in the comments so that I ensure that I read for you, okay? Okay, all right. Whew. It's hot. Hillary, you're asking, is there anything for you? Yes, there is. Let me just kind of tune in. Ooh, excuse me. May ile hesiki and haylo may aha stan muy he. Le a hase. Oh yeah, not the kiwi. Sikati iasana te kuwe hasia te duale ti. Yeah, not the uasaka ti. There's parts of you that want to come online. It feels like they're I'm not quite sure how to word it, but it feels like it's somehow in regards to power and owning your power. And the way that I would translate that is like possibly owning where becoming cognizant or recognizing where you have disowned your power, maybe even misused your power, or been afraid to use your power, been afraid to own your power, denied, rejected, disowned, bypassed your power, given your power away, etc. So it feels like different things in regards to power. And so the light language, the light codes are helping to activate those parts within you that wish to come back home. Okay, Nikki, you said you paid. Did you pay through PayPal, my dear? Sometimes I don't get it right away, so that's why I ask you guys to pay to let me know that you paid. Sometimes it doesn't show me right away. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm gonna check. Oops. All right, my dear. Okay. All right. Oh, you guys. So Nikki, I see Nikki. What did you want, Nikki? Hold on. What you want? No, I'm kidding. How can I be of service to you, my dear? So do you want energy work, multidimensional mediumship, or mediumship? Oh. And then Stephanie, you said, yeah, I see that you pay too as well. Stephanie. And then you said multidimensional mediumship. I got you, Steph. Yeah. All right. I do facilitate free readings. Typically when I start my lives, I start with those. And then as people pay, I move to the paid readings. And then I kind of go back and forth depending. I got you, Steph. You're welcome. Thank you, my dear. Nikki, I want kind of mediumship. I do also do free yes or no questions as well. Okay, Nikki, let me know, my dear. Give me some kind of idea. I feel like what you kind of are wanting is maybe a guide to come through. That's what I feel is wanting to come through. But if you can kind of clarify things for me on my end, so I'm like super clear on how to be of service. Okay, so what I think is best. All right. All right. Oh, Amber, you're awesome, babe. Yeah, I'm here to be of service. I'm here. You can also book with me through my website. Like I do, I do a lot of facility, like Reiki and different types of healings and different kind of offerings. So you can also book with me through my website as well. Okay. Nikki, so you're saying I'm just stuck and I feel like there's no way out. So I need to know whatever I need to do. Got you. It feels like there's a guide that wants to come through for you. I got you. All right, Nikki. Okay, so I have Nikki. I'm going to read and facilitate for Nikki first, and then Stephanie, it's going to be your turn. Okay. How long have I been a medium? That's an interesting question. I've been connected to these realms my whole life. But I've always been a bridge. I've always been able to feel into different realms. But my ability to, I've trained as a medium before in 2019, I think. But I didn't plan on being a medium. It was just like, oh, that seems cool. So I didn't plan on being a medium, but earlier this year, they kind of turned on more and more people were asking if I could be. I'm like, okay, let's try it out, because I can feel into these different realms. So it's really me being a feeler, being very empathic and being very open, that allows me to bridge any type of consciousness from anywhere, whether it's galactic, angelic, astral, wherever. Does that make sense? How accurate are you? I don't know if there's anybody on here that's that's received. I would say I'm about 98 or 99% accurate. There's literally only been a couple of times where people have been like, and that's in mediumship, where things just were coming through that I was like, this is what's coming through, and the person wasn't connecting. And that's literally only been, I think, 3 to date. And that's in mediumship itself. But other like readings, typically people are resonant or find some kind of confirmation in that. Does that make sense? Nikki, there you go. See? All right. Okay, Nikki, let's do this. You're talking about, okay, Nikki says, let me go back. How do you get a reading? So if you want to pay for a reading, my dear, you can go to the link in my profile, scroll all the way down and donate there. My services are as follows. If you want a paid reading, or you can always stick around to see if I go back to free readings. Okay. I hope that helps. I'm just rereading your stuck. I feel like there's no way out, so I need to know whatever. Okay, all right. You've gotten yourself into a paradox. Okay? You're in a paradox. That's what I'm hearing. So let me just connect to your energy, Nikki. Yaha. Lawi anaya taki yase. Mayo le ayana ni ya. Yellow yase kianata haseki ta 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 ta. Ala yalu we here has. The way out of a paradox is to realize and recognize you're in a paradox and then lean into the paradox. This is how paradoxes work. But the only way to get out of a paradox is first you must realize and recognize you are in one. The more you resist, the more the resistance persists. And thus you create the illusion that there is no way out. Okay. That's just feel into that. We haven't that's just like preliminary. Okay. So that's just kind of what came in, because I can feel the stuckness, and it's like a catch-22. What keeps recreating the stuckness is also part of your perception of creating of perceiving that there is no way out. So part of it is within your mind. Part of it is about creating openness within the mind that creates possibilities in the quantum field. Because right now you're closing yourself off. And so you're focusing on the situation in such a way where there is literally what feels to me, and what I'm kind of being shown is like there's no doors open anywhere. There's no doors, there's no way out, literally. But if we create openness within the mind, maybe by saying, hey, I don't know that maybe I don't perceive there being a way out, but I would like to. We have to start opening these doors within the mind, because your perception is literally cutting off so many possibilities of how to get out, or to create, or to even like be receptive to the inspiration that would create another opportunity in order to kind of get you unstuck. So how it's coming in for me is like, okay, all right, hold on 1 second. So how it's coming in for me is this layer of working with the mind, of being able to, part of one thing that's so important to do is belief work and busting old beliefs and becoming aware of limiting beliefs, because we've learned, we've been programmed, and we've learned certain ways of being and thinking and doing that it's created certain neural pathways, right? It's created certain grooves within our brain. So we have to start creating new neural pathways. We have to start creating openings. So one of those ways is like by becoming aware of old limiting beliefs that are creating the illusion that you have no way out. That's one way to work with the mind, is decondition and deprogram the mind, and then reprogram the mind to take in limitless beliefs. But right now it feels very limited. I feel like I have blinders on, and I feel like not only blinders, but like I'm looking through binoculars, but like looking through binoculars the wrong way. And so it's like, you know how when you look through binoculars the wrong way, everything looks so small and you can barely tell what the heck is on the other side. That's kind of what they're giving me. That's how limited your vision is around the situation. So deconditioning the mind and opening the mind and becoming aware of like, where are you limiting yourself? Because that's creating a very interesting paradox. But the great news is that as you learn how to free yourself from the paradox, you'll be able to help other people free themselves from paradoxes such as this. Okay. So there's a couple of layers that are coming in just initially before we even connect to the guide that wants to come through. Okay. So I'm going to connect with the guide. Is it the guide? Is it I don't know. We're going to connect with the guide or the aspect of you that wants to come in now. As this energy comes in, I actually feel like a blue indigo color and gold come in, like a metallic gold and blue, like blue indigo light. I don't get a form. I don't get a name. I just get an energy. This energy I'm just going to feel into it for a minute. Because there aren't words that are coming just yet. Okay. Holy shit. This energy, okay. What I get is 12th dimension. So this feels like a 12th dimensional aspect of you that has ascended through the different layers of reality and has kind of lowered its vibration, so to speak. We've raised our vibration, it's lowered its vibration in order to meet us in this space here and now. This aspect of you, this is a multidimensional aspect of you that exists on the 12th dimensional plane of reality. Okay? To be very clear. So this aspect of you can actually help you move through the paradox that you find yourself in right now. I don't pick up anything. They're not giving me like what the paradox is. And a lot of times I don't receive that type of information anyway, to be honest. I'm just more here of like a conduit of information to kind of relay so you can guide yourself out of the things. Okay. This aspect of you, you could kind of say like this aspect of you is like an ascended master, so to speak. That's kind of the terminology that I would use, because this aspect of you is ascended through the different dimensions and is now currently parallel to you in the 12th dimension and can help you actually access higher perspectives, help you to shift your perspective in ways that gets you unstuck. Because what creates stuckness, or the illusion of stuckness, is limiting beliefs that are fear-based and that limit you from perceiving your true limitless nature. So it's their beliefs that have been created here in the third dimension that are very dense and that create a box that you have over-identified with. And it's creating this illusion of, I can't get out, there's no way out. This aspect of you, we're going to bring in an energy transmission here in a minute. And it's going to help to clear some of the distortions. Okay? So I just want you to prepare yourself for that. But the invitation here is to connect more consciously to this aspect of yourself, especially in situations or circumstances that when you feel like you're a victim, or you feel like you're powerless, or you feel like that you somehow couldn't create a fucking miracle, or somehow you're not the creator of your reality and you can't like see your way out, or that you feel like stuck. Okay, so like these different types of states of being. Okay, so that's the invitation here, is to connect to this aspect of yourself more consciously. Okay. Okay, I just feel myself wanting to move the energy through sound, so I'm just gonna start. So I just want you to feel into your body. Okay, I just want you to feel into your body. Don't get caught up in here about trying to decipher or logically define what is being said. I just want you to feel for a minute. Okay, so get out of your head, and I just want you to feel with your heart and feel with your body. Okay. Hi, Ilni Loyene. Nai ma. E a laia maya mosh. Chawan he nala. Imo inye Kieno ma ne e ma elhahasiki ue ata anataka satatata. E ki ano we I hasa ta 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 ta. Lei I maha she I haka alea tititi hasa. E oea inahea se ki a walati kiti itiki I inate. Khatsa ahasa kai shuwasa ta 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 makuye ti. Sanata umahayata leka sashuwata leana tatita hoasa shatika. Ena uwele he seki ata anatahanata. Aishe no tu uweti. Ma'aloe, Nadaloeate, Natake, Satata, Yata, Atata, Yata, Yata, Teata, Katata. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me. There's a lot of overthinking. And you're trying to decipher a lot of things in your mind and logic your way out of things. And it's trying to filter through beliefs that have created boxes and you can't see yourself through. So no wonder you feel stuck. Okay, so we're going to clear what we can. And help to clear and create a window where you can begin to see the possibilities. You cut yourself off from all of the possibilities. Remember that you're limitless. You're limitless. The quantum realm, the multiverse is limitless. Alala is infinite. And you've limited yourself in such a way. You've cut yourself off from your limitlessness. You've created the illusion of being completely separate. That you can't see your way out, or that you can't create a way out, or that miracles can't just happen out of thin air. So we're clearing a lot of distortion from your field. Okay, and it's going to help to clear the distortion from the mind, and it's going to help to create coherence between the brain and the heart. Go ahead, take some take a deep breath for me. Now I just want you to feel into your heart. There are more ways than you can ever even fathom. That could create openings. We're just helping to facilitate the remembrance by clearing out distortions from your field that no longer serve you. Iale bahau ese inaha hawe anate yedu ma litu hoa shanuye ata neto ue hetianataha Yadu ine do oida au wehiata mawati. Eduya da uwati hata. Take another deep breath, my dear. And so what we're doing is helping to create coherence in your entire field. And that is also creating coherence from your head to your heart to your head, back and forth and back and forth and up and back and back and up and down, down and up, in all the different ways. Opening up receptivity, allowing you to see, creating a window. Remembering that you must choose to see, because we cannot make you see something you are not willing to or are not ready for. But as you feel into the transmission of energy that is being very strongly generated in your fields and in the space tonight, it is creating a window, like a glimmer of hope, an inspiration, remembering your power. Because a lot of this has to do with your power. Feeling powerless, that there is no way out. It's about power. But that is part of the illusion, that you have given your power away and that there is no way out and that you cannot produce or create or be inspired to create a way out for yourself. So we are just simply helping to create coherence in order to create a window through this connection that we are connecting to the aspect of you that is in parallel to you in the 12th dimension. See, to see, to see, to see, to have the vision, to see. Aha no huya hana tahana ku uwalea tahasa shawate. Yomoweate na hawahata khasa no doha. Sheneoweate na hasata katuwete na ta 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 ta. Yeta hasha anatahasa na tahana tahata ta 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 ta. As this is facilitating, as this is being facilitated, as there's a lot of different layers of your being that is being worked on. So things might not come to you right away, okay? Part of what I was feeling is you might feel it right away, and there might be, it might take a day or two to like really start to open some things up, because sometimes it needs to like filter down through the realities. I mean, this aspect of you is in the 12th reality. So it has to filter all the way down to the, from the 12th dimension to the 3rd, 4th dimension where we're at. Okay. So it might take some time to filter through. With that being said, I'm just going to tune back into this space. Okay. Again, this aspect of you is, again, it's sharing with me, it's emphatically emphasizing deprogramming the mind and working with the mind. deconditioning the mind from like the limitations, like doing some really intense or intensive belief work. Really, where do you feel limited? And I would start with the situation that you feel entrapped in. How does it make you feel? Do you feel powerless? Do you feel imprisoned? Like, how do you feel? Okay, start there. From there, from identifying your feeling, your emotional state of how this situation is, like what emotions it's evoking, I want you to then feel into your body. Where do you feel this feeling? So if it's powerlessness, for example, maybe you feel it in your solar plexus. Maybe you feel it in your head. So it's about identifying where do you feel it? Where do you sense it? What sounds are associated with it? Is there a smell? Is there a color associated with this energy? Once you've identified sound, color, texture, does it feel gooey? Does it feel hard? What does it feel like? Once you've identified these different things, ask yourself, when was the first time I felt this? And then just be silent and allow whatever memory to bubble to the surface. And within that memory, you will find what identical pattern this is relating to, where you feel stuck, where you feel powerless. And this is going to help you get to, this is going to help you begin to get to the root of the issue. From there, you need to identify what that aspect of you needs. Does it need to feel free? Does it need to feel healing from that? Like, what do you need from that space? And then I want you to give it to yourself. This is part of very, very intentional, very, very deep internal work. Step by step process. Okay? And just be with yourself. Keep asking yourself, how do you feel? What do you need from me? What do I need? And you'll feel there'll be a natural opening of like, you feel like you're done. When you do that, when you feel that space, you can conclude in whatever way you feel, whether it's giving gratitude, giving appreciation, I love you. Sometimes there'll be an emotional release. And then from that, it feels like it will help to open up this thing over here that's like creating this, like, because I can feel it above my head. It feels like I feel like I'm cutting myself off from my own source, from my own ability to receive inspiration and receive intuition. The reason why they're giving it to me like this, and they're not giving me like, they're not giving me info directly to me, is because this is something that you have to move through and choose to move through yourself. I can't facilitate it for you. I can only facilitate like the coherence in your field to be able to create enough coherence where you can begin to see some possibilities. Like, oh yeah, I can, this can be, I can get myself out of this. Because it feels like to me, there's a level of powerlessness and feeling like, shit, I can't do anything about this. But like, yes, you can. Because it's all about, like, your circumstances don't matter. It's your state of being that matters. So if you can get into a different state of being, that's going to help create some different things. So even dancing or pumping yourself up, whatever you feel intuitively guided to do, like I said, dancing can always work because it gets you into a different state of mind, of being. Because when you change your state, you change your story. The story that you're currently telling yourself is creating a paradox and you're unable to see your way out of it. So another way to do it, if you don't want to go through all this whole thing, or if you feel like you would want more one-on-one guidance with that, is changing your state. Whether it's dancing, whether it's, finding a bunch of videos to kind of get you into a different state that are funny, that get you into a different state of being. Your state determines your story. And your story will determine what strategy you can or cannot perceive. Okay? Change your state, change your story, perceive a different strategy. Okay? So there's that. They're not giving me direct information. They're giving me like very broad information because this is meant for you to find your own way out because you have to choose it. Okay? Again, though, if it does inspire you, connect with this aspect of you in the 12th dimension and imagine yourself. Imagine this aspect, you connecting to this other aspect of yourself in the fucking 12th dimension. Can you imagine how limitless that must feel? Get into that state and then see as you come back into your body or whatever, meditate with this aspect of you in the 12th dimension. And then as you come back here to this plane here and now where you're at, see how things shift. See how your perspective shifts. Ask that aspect of yourself to inspire you, to feed you inspiration, or to feed you a different perspective, a different way of looking at the situation that can open some doors, some windows. Okay, so they've given me different ways, different tools to see your way out of. But you have to be the one to see your way out through it. You have to be the one to choose to see your own way out. Does that make sense? That's why they're not giving me like very specific information, because sometimes they do give me specific and they're not. Okay? But they've given me several different tools to give to you in order to see your own way out. Because it has to do with power. And power can be a tricky thing. I'm not going to take your power away, and they don't want to take your power away. So they're wanting to empower you with techniques, with tools, in order for you to empower yourself, in order to see a way out. Okay? Let me just check in to see if there's anything else. That was a lot. In addition, this is the last thing that I'm hearing. In addition, is that it might take a day or two because the The energy transmission, it was coming from the 12th dimension, and that sometimes that takes a little bit of lag time to kind of filter through the different dimensional realities. And it might take some time to actually filter in and kind of sink in to your being, where you're like, holy shit, all of a sudden you have like an inspiration or an idea. You're like, oh shit, I didn't think of that before. So it might take a day or two for you to feel that inspiration hit, if you did not feel it already. Okay. But other than that, they're like, I can already feel them leaving, because they're like, we gave you all of the tools, in order to empower yourself. Power is very, very tricky. Okay, yeah. They're gone. They have fled, not fled, but they have disconnected from my space. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, you're saying thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Whew. That was a lot of fucking energy. There is a line. Stephanie is next. Did anybody else feel that? Because that was a lot. That was a lot for me. I no longer have any words. So, Nikki, feel free to share whatever came through for you, or you don't have to, but you can definitely feel free to share that. Okay. Let me. All right, cool. Yes. Was that light work that I was doing? Yeah. Yeah, I was working with light codes and light in order to bring through coherence from the brain to the heart, and the heart to the brain, and back and forth and back and forth. We're creating a lot of like coherent, we were bringing in a lot of different frequencies in order to create coherence in anybody who was receptive to that into their field. So you might have felt that and experienced that in real time. Nikki says, oh, I appreciate you. What's the 12th dimension? I go, okay, so I'm not someone that specializes and knows a lot about these things. All I know and all I can tell you is like that was the information that was streaming through. So the way that you can connect with this version of yourself is, one second, let me actually see if there's like a name or a frequency. Okay, so one way I really like to connect, because sometimes names can be very limiting, colors are actually a lot more expansive. So I would connect with a, I don't have a color. It's like a blue indigo color. It's like, you know how indigo can be a combination of blue and purple? It's a little bit more blue than it is purple. So it's an indigo color with like gold metallic. If you connect to that color, those colors together, and then just intend to connect with the aspect of you that is in the 12th dimension, and just feel into the connection. Just kind of like sit there, no distractions, sit there in silence and kind of set your intention. Bring the colors into your awareness, and just intend to connect to that aspect of you that came in tonight. And then feel into, like literally feel like what sensations are going on in your body. What thoughts are coming in? What feelings or emotions? Just kind of like observe the different sensations and kind of sit there. What I'm, you might want to try this more than once because the more that you connect, the more you create, the more you're creating, the more you connect, the more you're creating a connection that's clear and you can be more receptive, right? So like the more that we communicate with people, we become more clear, right? So there's like an open, energetic exchange that happens there. Same thing with connecting to different aspects of yourself or to guides or to your higher self or whatever. So I would invite you to do this on a daily basis, and you don't have to do it for long, maybe 5-10 minutes or however long you're called to do it, but maybe 5-10 minutes a day. And then just concentrate or focus on the colors, focus your intention, just connecting. You don't necessarily have to go to the 12th dimension. Just set the intention to connect with that aspect of you from the 12th dimension by utilizing those colors. Okay, that blue indigo color and the metallic gold, like very prominent metallic gold. Okay, does that make sense? And then the more you kind of just sit in that energy and call that energy in, it feels like the more it'll help you to kind of see through things and see possibilities and start to break down these walls that have been created. I'm not sure if you're seeing them. I can see them in my mind's eye. I can see how that there's walls and limitations up in like your brains. But yeah, I would do that. I would invite you to do that and connect that way and see what unfolds. Okay. You're welcome. Stephanie, you felt it? You felt it? It made your heart and third eye chakras warm? Or yeah, we were definitely we were activating a lot of the vision that resides within the third eye. So we were doing a lot of activations there to open this up and awaken this. And we were working there. So you're right on point. All right, Stephanie, it is your turn, my dear. Nikki, thank you so much. Welcome to the 12th dimension, peeps. I love it. Feel free to reach out and let us know, or let me know, Nikki, if that's something that you feel guided to do. But I'm always open to hearing others' journeys, or not. But yeah. Thank you, Nikki. It is always a pleasure to facilitate. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Stephanie, where are you at, my dear? Are you here? Because I'm here. Oh, there you are. Okay, so you're asking my gifts, how am I supposed to use them? My strongest, and I'm ascending to use them as strong as I can. Okay. And so you asked multidimensional. So that what feels like is going to come through for you, Stephanie, is like I can feel it. There's some activation. There's going to be some light codes. There's going to be a little bit of activation. And I'm just going to feel into and connect to your energy, okay? And then I'll go back to your questions or to your, what you're asking here as they guide me, because we kind of weave in and out of different information, okay? So, Stephanie, I got you. So I'm just going to set some parameters, some intentions to connect with any highest, most benevolent, multidimensional aspect or guide that wants to come in and help Stephanie for our highest and best good, and to answer the questions she has in this moment. Okay. Whew. So I'm just going to feel in for a moment and listen. All right. The way that I feel it is, Stephanie, I'm going to guide you to your crown and to pay attention to your crown, because my crown is on fire right now. And the way I feel it coming in, or the way I see it coming in, is like just so much golden light. It's not quite a metallic. It's like a golden light that's pouring in through your crown right now. And I feel it as heat. You might feel it as tingles or coolness or hot, like just however it feels to you. I'm just going to guide your awareness to feeling into your head, into your crown area, because there is a ton of golden light coming in right now. And I just want you to connect to that energy, to connect to that golden energy, and just allow yourself to receive that golden energy for your highest and best good. This is part of an activation. Okay. You also, part of your questions are also pertaining to and in regards to power. Because part of our abilities, our gifts, are in fact power, ways that we utilize our power. And many times there are certain aspects or certain things that we need to understand about ourselves and any disempowering dynamics or relationship to power that might be disempowering, that we need to become aware of in order to clear those distortions out, and in order to then consciously choose to shift those patterns, so that when we are utilizing those abilities, we're utilizing them from a space that's clear and pure, and it's not rooted in ego or rooted in trauma or rooted in limitation and lack. So I just want you to continue to focus on that beautiful golden energy streaming into your crown. And I just want you to allow that to move down, all the way down throughout your being, down into your feet, and circulating into your auric field, and penetrating all of the different layers of your being: energetic, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, cellular, penetrating all of your organs, skin, tendons, muscle, hair. So they're bringing me back to what we were talking about in regards to the different abilities. Okay. Empathy. Empathy is one. Another way to say empathy is clairsentience. So feeling, sensing, being a feeler, quote unquote, being a feeler. Being able to sense energy, feel energy. Or being able to empath energy and empath information. Being able to feel and translate energy in that manner. And this ability can hold very strong resistances to power. Many empaths have also been in relationship to narcissists and have learned how to manipulate others in a way to get their needs met. It's just like a narcissist. They utilize the same dynamics in a different way. Just as a narcissist would manipulate or perhaps seek to take others' power or force another's power to give it over to them, an empath has oftentimes learned that in order to feel safe, they give their power away. So they learn how to bypass or give their power away or reject their power in exchange for safety, in exchange for security. And narcissists have their safety issues met in a different way using the same dynamics. So one of your abilities, I feel how it's coming to me, because they're having me talk about empathy, is you might identify as an empath. Another way to say it, again, is clairsentience, clear feeling. You feel things. Just as you're feeling the, you felt these sensations in your third eye, in your heart, and now you're feeling the sensation in your crown, the tinglies in your crown. You're part clairsentient. So part of this, again, is discovering and uncovering where you have disempowered yourself, or you have been taught to disempower yourself, or been taught to give your power away. So it's all about power and imbalanced power dynamics when it comes to empathy, is how they're giving it to me. It feels like that's one of the biggest things to work on and work through in regards to that ability, or in regards to that power. That's how you, because one of your questions was about ascending and using your power in the best way that you can, or using your abilities to the best way you can. That's part of the answer that they're giving me, is being able to uncover where there's distortions about power, fear about misusing your power, whatever resistance to power, and uncovering, excavating, divesting yourself of those distortions because they're lies. Okay. It feels like they're having me switch gears here. So, okay. So I don't know if you're already wondering, but they're having me they're having me answer the question. I don't know if you're asking it, but they're having me answer the question. You might be wondering who you're connecting to. You're connecting to your highest self. That golden energy that's streaming to you, it's your source, your highest self. Okay, that's who we're connecting to right now. So your highest self is coming in directly. So switching gears. And I'm just going to listen for a minute. The way that it feels like it's coming in is it feels like you want to focus on feeling and clearing out distortions from your feeling nature or resistance from feeling, because sometimes empaths or clairsentients have been told you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, you're too dramatic. Sometimes they can be diagnosed as bipolar because they might take on others' emotions and they don't realize what they're doing. And if they do this a lot, their own nervous system can become dysregulated and, kind of all over the place in chaos. So kind of what they're giving me is focus on the feeling stuff first, because it feels like how it's coming through to me is that there are several layers to kind of work through on the feeling front. And as you work through those layers of the feeling and the resistance to feeling, that's going to uncover other stuff, other abilities. But you have to work through that stuff first, because it feels like your empathy or your clairsentience is like a gateway to other centers that will come on later, which actually makes sense for me, because as an empath myself, clairsentient myself, I feel like I'm also claircognizant, like I just know things. I'm also very clairaudient, so I hear things. And sometimes I'm clairvoyant, less so though, but my ability to feel amplifies each one of my ability, whether it's my ability to channel, whether it's my claircognizance or my clairaudience or whatever. So to me, this makes sense that they are encouraging you to focus on the feeling and focus on releasing any resistance that you have to feeling so deeply. Because sometimes if we were told, oh, you're too sensitive, you're too dramatic, you're too this, you're too that, as like a feeler, sometimes we internalize that stuff that we're told, those beliefs that we're told. And so it creates resistance internally, because we've internalized those voices or those projections, and then we've kind of turned them on ourselves. And so that creates splits within our consciousness. So that's why it feels to me why they're strongly inviting you to really concentrate and focus on releasing resistance you have towards feeling first. Because if you have resistance towards feeling, you might have resistance towards other things that come on. And that can create problems, that can create other issues. So they're saying focus on feeling and accepting your ability to feel first, and move through the layers that need to move through those layers first, because as you move through those, again, they emphasize other things will begin to naturally unfold and come online. Okay. Part of what that golden energy coming in is going to help to illuminate the places within you that feel that are resistant to you feeling so deeply and so intensely sometimes. But that's part of your fucking superpower. Okay? It's part of your superpower, and it's part of what gives you a massive advantage over others who maybe don't feel as deeply as you do. Like, massive advantage. Okay? So part of that light is there to activate and bring to the surface the resistance, la resistance, the resistance to feeling. Okay. There's other aspects of that light that was there to also activate your empathy on a deeper level. That's kind of all I get for the light that was coming through. It feels like there's one more piece, so let me just listen. It feels like it's light codes and an activation, like a further activation. Okay. That feels like the last piece that's wants to come in here. So I just want you to feel into your highest self. So wherever that feels like it goes to you, sometimes, like for me, it goes straight up. So feel into where your highest self would be. It could feel like a big comfy chair. It could feel like it just encompasses you. It could feel like it goes straight up and it's like hovering right above you. Like, I just want you to feel into your highest self right now and feel that connection. And as you feel it, I just want you to listen to the light codes. Hile ha yanatu aseki ata hiatia ha anata. Elio ia ha sa ta 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 matu ia seki ata anato ese. Aya no ua hia saki asanati asanati asanata ki hiata 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 hiata. O sea na te hia alata ki awa ta ia ta hasa. Alewi ia has e shikuia na tahia. Aleki uia na tu ua a sekia tana la ata kata ata aka ua tititi ia sana ka ua yata. Leki anata ua ha seki le anata ku ua taha sekia laua yata anata ku. Le anatu ha sekia na tu ua. It's okay to feel very deeply. It's part of your superpower. It's part of who and what you are at the very truth and heart of you. Atu anahia takata ala takana tu wasashati asakata. La'awa, la'awa, la'awa natakiha sashawatahia. Ukua nataha sashua. Ala nataku mahaya. Sanaka aluhua ha sekia shata nataku. Aluye yaha. Tobo uye tisiki yaha. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me, my dear. And I just want you to feel and feel and feel the sensations. The different sensations moving around in your body. If you feel tinglies, if you feel heat, if you feel cool, if you feel like you need to move, just feel it. So again, that was a bit of an activation. There's also some other things in there. So also some other codes in there. That they're not directly telling me what's in there, but there's some goodies in there. There's some good stuff in there. Activating what needs to be activated, essentially, for your high. It's always for your highest and best good. Aleluya nateke ahanata anahanata atakadetu wasa. Leduya te hata natu wasa shikiata natu hata 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 hata. Ueti ituya te natasha kuata hela tiketikua. Ele ole mataduya hia 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 mo atia sekia la ualea ta 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 ta. Go ahead and take another deep breath for me. And as you let that out, your highest self is disconnecting. Not from you, but from me. I don't have any words. So, that made me a little lightheaded. Okay. So, yeah. My boundaries for sure need to be worked on. See, like it's already coming through. Okay. My boundaries. So definitely boundaries as an empath or as somebody who feels super, super important. It does make sense. I avoid feeling anything quite a bit. Yeah. That sounds like dissociation. And that's something that I've done quite a bit. Or at least I did quite a bit in the past, and it kept me from feeling a lot of different things. And sometimes when we dissociate to large degrees, that can also create anxiety and panic attacks. And right now, part of what I'm developing is I'm developing a course and mentorship to help, specifically to help empaths. I'm trying to think of like the words here. Become very crystal clear in their own energy and kind of help them through all the different things like boundaries and understanding what their energy is, what other people's energy is, like all of the things. And then helping them to actually own their sensitivity as a fucking superpower, because that's what it is. You actually have a great advantage, but because of your past experiences, ways that you've defined those experiences, the trauma, the stuff around them that needs to be released, that are lies, that are distortions. Because of that, it has made it seem as though it's undesirable to feel so deeply, when in actuality, it's your effing superpower, and it gives you such an advantage. So, yeah. Hi, Holly. How are you? So Stephanie, you say, I used to feel very openly. I wonder if my depression, anxiety stems from closing it off. It can. I know for me, becoming disassociated with feeling all of the things, I was like, I don't want to feel all the things. I didn't know I was anxious. When I went into like healing, People were telling me, like, talking to me about anxiety. I'm like, I don't think so. But the more I started to heal, growing up and raising kids on the spectrum, I see anxiety and I've learned to welcome it as a growing place. Absolutely. That's a beautiful way to look at it. It's a way to become even more aware of like what's really going on underneath, because anxiety, there's too many band-aids for anxiety. And sometimes they help, and sometimes, you know, it depends on who you are, where you are in your growth. But for me specifically, I find it as a band-aid, and I'm like, if we felt the things, and I feel like that's what empaths or people who are clairsentient or feelers are here to help do, is help people become more comfortable with feeling all of the different feelings, because that's what we're meant to do. And as we feel the different things, all of the different emotions, all the different spectrums of emotions, and the different combinations of emotions, it really helps us to integrate the emotions to a place of neutrality, and release the resistances that we might have to feeling. You're welcome, Stephanie. The live, I'm going to place it. I'm not going to place it. I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel. So you will be able to catch all of the things there. Okay? All right. So thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for all of y'all hanging out. And that is going to be it for me tonight. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you tomorrow night. I love you. Infinite love and blessings.